Chris Brown is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur. So, another topic that I wanted to cover with you guys is establishing relationships with your local vendors. And as a real estate professional, you're going to have all kinds of vendors that you're going to work with. You're going to have handymen, you're going to have plumbers, electricians, you're going to have marketing vendors, food vendors. Particularly, one of the vendors that I wanted to talk about was a food vendor. When I do an open house, I traditionally like to invite the neighbors to come to the open house, the first open house, and to view the property, especially if they know what's going on in the market and it's coming soon. I want to make sure that they come and take a look at the property. And with that being said, they will see that when I invite them, I'm having food and some giveaways, giving them opportunity to see the property. A lot of your neighbors they're curious, very curious, as in, how you live and so forth along those lines. So, it gives them an opportunity to kind of be, what some people would say, just a little nosy or curious. And they'll tell you, they're just like, hey, I'm just being nosy. I just wanted to see what it looks like. And that's perfectly fine. But it also gives me an opportunity to meet them and ask them, who do you know that's interested in moving into the local area? Your best neighbor would be someone that you actually know. And a lot of them like, yeah, you got a point there. So it helps just creating conversation. And a lot of times you will get they'll have some friends that are visiting or in the area. And it's like, hey, I have some friends that are here and wanted to show them the property. I told them about it. So, just dealing, having that set up. So with the food, let me get back to the food. So with the food, I'll tell you a story that I just recently had. So I have a grocery store. I'm not sure. I know they're not all over the place, but it's a grocery store called Publix. Publix is, they're just known for like fresh, produce. If you want the best produce, a lot of people say, hey, if you're going to get produce, you got to go there. Then they make some subs. The subs are phenomenal. They make some phenomenal subs and sandwiches. So with that being said, I typically do like a sandwich ring with some snacks and water at my open houses. Nothing too elaborate along those lines, but I typically do something like that. And just recently I did an open house and I forgot to call. I'll make that. I admit I forgot to call like the day before. I usually do at least 24 hours beforehand just to place my order. So I ended up waking up like extra early in the morning. They were open up at 8, so I was up at like 7:30 waiting to place an order. But as I was trying to do it online, I noticed that it said 24-hour notice. And I definitely didn't have a 24-hour notice. So I called a little bit after 8 o'clock and I asked if they can do an order. I was like, yeah, we can do an order. It was like, well, what day of the week do you want? I was like, actually, I need it today. And they were like, they paused, and I was like, hey, I would greatly appreciate it. And I've ordered from you guys before, actually a number of times, and I said I should be in the system. And and young lady asked me, she said, well, what's your name? And I said, it's Chris Brown. And I don't know if she looked it up or just to see if I've ordered before, but she was talking to someone in the background and asked, hey, what can we do? Can we get this gentleman a sandwich ring? And basically, long story short, they made it happen. It was like prepared like an hour before my open house, so I had to do all my running around ahead of time, get it all taken care of so that I can arrive at the grocery store and pick up the sandwich ring. So even when I got there, they were still preparing it a little bit. They hooked it up though, don't get me wrong, they hooked it up, sliced it up for me, makes it easy, so I don't have to do it. All I have to do is just bring the plates, people just grab it and go. So I definitely appreciate it. Encourage you, know your vendors, because you may need them to be a little bit flexible. I'm even going to send a thank you card to them, just to let them know. So, because you never know if I may need that again. Um, but I think they appreciate it too, because a lot of times when there's, because when I went there, they were extremely busy. And so with that being said, they really had to take time out to the side, and I'm sure they're just doing it because they want to have the customer service. But at the end of the day, sending a thank you card and letting them know that you really appreciate it, and it does something for the person knowing that they went the extra mile to help you, and you really appreciate it, not only by saying thank you, but sending a card or something like that. So just being a little personable, and just saying I appreciate it. So actually, I just had that idea. I have a bunch of thank you cards, because I usually have to thank a lot of people in my transactions, because they, a lot of times they bend over backwards to make it happen, and they have that same mentality of just making it happen. Do what you got to do, make it happen. So, and I like that. Those are the type of people I like to be around, people who have the same mentality of, we're in this business to get things done. It's not just to have an excuse of why it didn't get done. It's okay. Let's be creative. Let's think outside the box. How do we get to the end result that we all want of getting it done? So, big thank you to my vendor, Publix. Appreciate you guys, as well as my internet marketing team. Thanks, guys, for making a successful open house for me. But this is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur.